dreams.
All right. Sorry, guys. We're having some browser difficulties. Welcome back to the Red Dawn Readiness channel over here on YouTube, where I cannot touch certain things, but it's good to be back on YouTube. Ground Fog, what's happening? Marengo, Live Life, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate you guys tapping in. Man, it's been a minute since I've done like a steady live stream using StreamYard and back on YouTube, man. I did check out Mike McClune, the Goon. What's happening? What's happening? So I did just find out that I was going through my YouTube settings, and actually, if you have an iPhone and you have YouTube on your iPhone, it's very good to delete the app and then reinstall the app, because the amount of data that it was taking up on my phone was like somewhere around 35 like gigs, I believe. Like it was taking up like tons of stuff on my phone where I couldn't make videos, I couldn't edit videos, I couldn't do a bunch of stuff. So on an Android, you can clear cache, but you can't do it on an YouTube on the app for iPhone. So yeah, if you do that, you'll clear up tons of storage. And also, I was going through my stuff, and I did notice that my, hold on, let's put on a little tunes for this. My demonetization of my channel that has been demonetized, man, for probably more than a year. I went to look up and I had no strikes, I had nothing, and it said work your way towards monetization again. So my demonetization ban was gone, which I greatly appreciate it. That's why I'm back on YouTube. And yeah, what's happening, y'all? Tech Money in the building. I saw PNW Minuteman 2000 with the M81 Woodland. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Welcome, PNW Minuteman 2000. That's awesome. What's going on, man? Welcome. Nothing much. I just swapped butt stocks and grips. Got an M16 clone and an M4 clone trying to build. Sick, dude. I swapped a couple gas blocks today myself. I do social media. I think this music's a little loud. Let me turn that down. That's good. All right. So yeah, today at the gun store, I thanks Tech Money, bro. It's so nice to be like, at least like have something you're working towards, even if it's like not going to make you rich or anything. But it's nice to be able to like put back the community on YouTube, and maybe one day have channel memberships or super chats and stuff like that in my chat, which I never got to because I was demonetized like right when I was able to get monetized. So I like had left it alone for a while. So I am not going to be running the old intros and stuff like that, because even though Trump's the president now and they probably would love it, I'm going to be simplifying things. God's plaid, baby. Absolutely. Because of my climate, I like to mix my M81 with Crime Multicam as much as I can because of my terrain. But I'm like the woodland lover. Most people know that who's been on my channel for a long time. Like I've been woodland out only. Like I didn't even have multicam until I started running with a couple guys, and they all run multicam. They're like, dude, you can't be the only one in this. And I'm like, yeah, I feel you. I'll dabble a little bit. I'll dabble a little bit in your multicam. Yeah, Woodland's the king, bro. Raining here in the Southwest Alabama. Probably bad weather coming. Yeah, we'll see. I don't mind when it rains in Florida. I love when it rains. As long as nothing's getting destroyed. Something about the rain as I get older. I love it. Um, but yeah, man. So it's gonna be rocking over here on the YouTube channel. All the different reviews of things I've been setting up and thinking about doing. Like now, I just have more motivation to get them done, get them up on YouTube. We are having a big time special guest on the channel next Friday. Not this Friday. I'll be live this Friday, but we're gonna have a pretty large special guest that I know that you're gonna want to be there for. Which will be super cool. He's been on the channel before, so if you go to my live streams, and you look down there, you might see one of his live streams with me. But it'll be cool. It'll be solid, and it'll be good to catch up with the brother. Other than that, man, I'm still on the job hunt. I'm almost a whole month without work, and it sucks. Been doing a couple side gigs and side stuff, but just thinking about what I'm going to apply for that can be a long-term solution. Obviously, getting my watch hours back up, getting monetized on YouTube. It's not going to like pay my bills or anything, but it would be nice to have anything extra on the side at this point to help my family, my kids, and everything. Thank God my wife's holding me down, which I've held her down for many, many years, and the side work, and we're piecing things together, but it's not going to last more than another month or two. I got to have something steady. Multicam is M81's son. That's a good way to put it. It's a good way to put it. I think we should say stepchild. Multicam is M81's stepchild. I feel you, Red Dawn. I'm looking for second income ASAP. Shit is real out here. Yeah, I mean, but thank God you got a first income. You know what I mean? Tech Money, don't ever forget to thank God for that first income and do the most you can with it. I'm interested in how that Go Wutar optic is holding up. I know I think you put it right. It's I think it's GOWUTAR, I think. TUR. Hold on. Someone had just commented on the one on Instagram. It is GOWUTAR. So Go Woo WUTAR. I haven't even got to shot it, but I have a range day coming up, and bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen people using it. I don't think it's not gonna hold up. It's an acro footprint. So far, the most like universal acro mount that is also the thinnest that I found is the Night Vision acro MOS plate. I have it now. I have two of them. There's a great company who that magwell I had on that gun, Athena. So like if you're using a regular acro, I would buy the Athena plate. And actually they sent me one with the magwell, and my acros are taken up. So if anybody needs like an actual acro, they want to put an acro on an MOS, hit me up and we'll work something out. Same here, got dropped from work after 3 years of working there. God will help me find work, but I gotta fill bro, I've been filling out like almost 10 applications a day. And it's stressful, dude. I mean, I got a whole family to provide for. Thank God, like I bought a tiny little house when I bought one at the right time. Like everyone, like I was approved for probably double the amount of money I bought my house for. And I was like, nope, because I've already been through it. And I've been in apartments and lost a job. And I'm like, nah, like I need to know that I can do side work and pay the mortgage. And thank God I can. Now, this is not our forever home, and we've outgrown it tremendously. But it is what it is. We're working there. I'm actually highly considering going into law enforcement. And I'm going to apply and see what it is. I mean, I also found an application for, in my area, a border patrol agent. And I need something that like I can count on for years. Like I work in sales and medical sales. Yo, Muffin Top, what's happening? What's happening? And the sales stuff, it's like it comes and goes. Or like I get a job with a company and like I don't get the good territory, but my quota, because I negotiate a good salary, I'm like, hey, I need a salary to pay my bills, right? So like I negotiate, and then but they hire people for like 30 grand less, and they give them the crap, but they don't push them for the same standard as like me negotiating a salary to take care of my family. My sales numbers need to be like up here, but then when I come in, it's like, here's your territory. And it's just all these games of people stealing sales and like working with a team that's not closing the sales for you after you bring them in that were good sales. And it's like, it's just so many moving parts that I really like. I'm going to keep trying because I am good at it. But I mean, I'm gonna probably look into law enforcement and see where I can go from there, on top of like wanting to start a 2A company and everything like that. I mean, not like being a police officer makes a lot of money, but it's consistent, and that's like what I need. Then I could plan and I could start another business and like focus on other things, things that I actually enjoy. Anyone know anything about the PARD LPVO thermal scope? Nah, but I mean, thermal scopes now are probably all pretty decent. I mean, hopefully it's not a crapshoot. And what I would do is like, I'd order it from Amazon and you got 30 days to return it. So like, know when you're going to shoot, then order it, put it on there, go check it out, and freaking, yeah, nothing wrong with law enforcement. I mean, I think the personality I am, the capabilities that I really think I'd be a good law enforcement officer, that people would like be happy that they had interactions with me instead of like really dragging on people. But we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna go for it now. I've pondered it for a while, and we can find out. I got nothing to lose at this point. I have a friend. He's 38 years old. He's joining the Army right now, and shout out to him, bro. He's a freaking G. Love that guy. And oh, you are live. I put the wrong time, and then I had to adjust the time. But my old schedule was Wednesdays and Fridays, so like I think I'm gonna be back on my old schedule. Good to see you, my brother Drewski. Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for law enforcement if nothing else falls through, and I'm gonna start, putting in applications everywhere and talking to people and doing what I can to move that along. Because this sucks. It does suck, the situation that I've found myself into. Wednesday and Friday is awesome. Nice. And you missed, Drew. We're having big time special guest next Friday, so I'm sure I'll talk to you in between now and then, and I'll update you. But good to have one of my moderators, Drew, in Oregon. I think Drew's the only moderator in here. I had pizza with an Army recruiter, and after back and forth texting and asking about chaplain jobs, and got ghosted by the Army. Man, shoot. I wonder what year that was, because I bet they wouldn't ghost you right now. They increased the age of Rangers to like 42. And yeah, I mean, it ain't never too late, I guess. And I mean, the way the economy is, I don't see how they're not gonna bring people in. The economy sucks. People need consistency. The benefits, like that stuff's worth more now than it was when the economy was good and you had stuff to buy stuff, But like, yeah, it's you got to do what you got to do, I guess. We're just the peasants of the world, so we got to fill in and get in where we can fit in. Yo, Kurt24, another moderator. What's going on, brother? What's going on? My son wants to join the Navy in a year. Yo, he totally should. He would follow in the family footsteps. He totally should do that, Drew. I would highly encourage that for him. What an awesome thing to do. Um, we'd be cheering them on. That would be fantastic. And honestly, I think after this Iran stuff, like I don't think we're gonna have that many foreign things going on. I think if anything, when it comes to the military, it'll be more domestic type things. But that's just my personal guess. We have a lot of like domestic threats on the country since Biden had the open borders, and Magic Prepper did a great video. Shout out to Magic Prepper. I think I made my very first YouTube video being like, yo, response to Magic Prepper. I don't even remember what it was about at this point, but I love Magic Prepper. I'm a moderator over on his channel. And yeah, I mean, maybe get back. Yeah, I like the scenario shows. They're a lot of fun. But I mean, I have a lot of different like gear reviews and a lot of training that I've done over the last 2 years, but really the last year I've gotten a lot better. And my channel is going to be focused more on like motivation and taking care of your body and training, product reviews, probably scenario stuff. Like I'm just going to do things that I enjoy, and sometimes I'll just ramble. It's therapeutic to just ramble a little bit. And depending on what happens with my job and stuff, I'll like follow that and kind of keep up with everybody on what I'm doing and things like that. But I probably am going to be changing the name Red Dawn Readiness. I think it's put a YouTube target on my back, and because it's like the prototypical since the 80s, like anti-commie, take over the country. And it's also like I want to separate myself from like this film aspect, which I'll always be a Wolverine at heart. But I think I will be rebranding the channel, and I've already begun the rebrand on my other channel, but then I found out that I don't have to rebuild the second channel anymore, that this channel is able to head in a positive direction, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I guess this channel itself will get the rebrand itself, and probably my Instagram will go with the rebrand also, and I'll make like a video explaining it and introducing it and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited because I'm not expecting to get rich out of it, but I'm expecting to like have something to shoot for, which is nice. Like having goals, even if they're just in your head, is better than like doing nothing. And I'll be honest with you, I'll talk about Rumble. Like I've been on Rumble now for a little while, and like that even I started slowing down because yes, I mean, I love hanging out with everybody, but like sometimes I spend hours trying to figure it out. Like even on Rumble, I made videos and I'm like, I guess I'll just post it to YouTube, because like can't post a video onto Rumble. Like a regular upload is really, really difficult. And the audience on Rumble is just it takes forever, like to grow a following, to grow followers. It takes you're in a massive echo chamber, and like Rumble has like Rumble partners where they pump their people who are in with Rumble through the algorithm of like the main screens and stuff like that. So like if you're not in that, it's pretty rare. I've seen to get like a lot of rewatches. My rewatch on like a video on YouTube on a live stream does pretty well, like 700 views on the live, which is pretty solid. And if they're rewatches, I'm guessing like they must have like really clicked on the video and rewatched it and all that. But I don't know. I don't know how the viewing ship works there, because people don't follow. And I think you have to have a Rumble account to do stuff on Rumble, like to hit follow, to hit reshare, to comment, and you can watch it without an account. But I mean, I don't know how many people will ever gravitate to Rumble. Like there could be a big push, and it's always a secondary audience. So, I get why like large people like Nick Fuentes, obviously that's the real only place you can find Nick Fuentes. So like if people want to watch Nick Fuentes, they're going to go to Rumble and watch it. But like I'm Red Dawn, like no one's just like dude, I gotta go to Rumble. And me personally, when I'm looking for something to watch, I don't go to Rumble. I don't. I mean, I've had my YouTube membership thing for a long time where, like, I can watch documentaries with my kids and nature and stuff like that without commercials, because I don't want my kids getting commercialed. So, I'm not paying that in multiple places, and I'm not letting my kids watch Rumble. So, like, I don't know, maybe they'll have Rumble Kids, but like, it's not the same. And there's a lot of negatives to YouTube, obviously. Like, the censorship that a lot of people go through is rough. It's been rough for years. But there's a reason that a lot of people stick with YouTube versus Rumble. So, fortunately, pretty much all you guys in the chat like came over to Rumble, and like we're super supportive over there. And it's like, finding new people. I met some cool new people. Knights of the Storm, really cool dude. I think he runs, I don't know if he runs it on YouTube too, but I need to find that out. But yeah, I mean, I just prefer YouTube because it's more user friendly. And like, if I'm going to do this, I don't want to feel like boggled down and complicated by just trying to, it's hard enough to make content. It's harder to deal with a platform that's not user friendly and have to spend extra time figuring that out for me. Anyways, like, I'll still go watch Dark shows and probably be on his shows. And I love that I can, show firearms and things like that on Rumble, and we can't do that over here. But other than that, that's like the only thing, right? Like, and there's probably a couple still hot button topics, even though I feel like on YouTube, like, under Trump and the direction things have gone is less of an issue than it was in 2020 when I was demonetized and stuff. It was like during elections, wow, they're like, whoever YouTube side is chosen, that's like it. You talk against the other side, you're facing something rough, right? And it makes sense. It's a private company. They're free to have their own political views, and they host the platform, so they can do whatever they want. There's not much anyone can really say about it. It always kind of is what it is. Garen Wilson, what's happening? G Muir, what's going on? I think it's GW. I'm so used to seeing Rumble names, McClune the Goon. So yeah. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm happy to be back on YouTube because, like I said, it's just more user friendly for me. It makes me doing this on the side so much easier, because like, I have so many other things that I have to do that if I'm gonna make content, I'm gonna do live streams, I just want it to be like click, 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 boop, 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 boop. Okay, let's go live. And even being able to do like the driving lives from my phone and stuff like that, like, it just is so much easier, man. So I'm happy to see if I can make it work again. We need to rock a scenario chat sometimes. I'm in. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll bring back War Game Wednesdays. Shout out to Prepping Outside the Box, Mr. Pot B, who literally started it. I posted a segment of the War Game Friday night that we did on Rumble as like a video, and he commented on it, and I was just really happy to see him because it's been a hot minute, man. Like, pretty much my start on like doing group shows and everything was with Backwoods and Prepping Outside the Box, Native Voice, shout out to him, and shout out to Hutch Homestead, man. Like, those guys were a big part of my prepping journey and motivation, and like just bouncing ideas and learning how YouTube works and seeing them grow. And rest in peace to the brother Prepper Nation, man. Like, shout out to the Beaverines, bro. Like, Prepper Nation was like the grandfather of prepping channels. And like, slowly over time, inflation hit and prepping started happening less, and firearms became more accessible to me, and I learned more about firearms, and I put in a lot of firearms training, and like, so a lot of that became, well, I want to video that so I can see improvements and I can see what I'm doing wrong, and I'll post that kind of stuff. And then obviously learning about products and learning about this, and figuring out what I'm passionate about, and the channel just became a hodgepodge of prepping, firearms, and all the fun stuff that I like to do. Yo, M. Moran, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Chat, I hope y'all are staying safe, spending time with family. Amen to that, because that is absolutely the most important thing. I heard When Darkness Falls from Killswitch, engaged for the first time in years, now listening to their old stuff. Heck yeah. Yo, Killswitch is dope. I was just listening to some tracks with the kids, not that, but other stuff that was like older songs, and I was like, oh man, all the old music is where it's at. Pete Hegseth, most likely suspect for the false prophet. He has the Crusader tattoos. He talked about putting up the third temple. He gave false Pulp. Yo, the Pulp Fiction scripture thing, that was wild, Watchmen. I was like, what? Granted, I guarantee you some idiot got that, wrote the speech for him, and like he ain't got no word to the wiser. But I mean, I tell you the truth, man, I get tired of like complaining and even talking about the government, because that shit ain't never getting no better. Everything you watch will piss you off. There's never anything to get behind. Like, I'm most likely done voting. I don't know if you guys watched the show with Sean Ryan and what the heck's the guy's name? I don't even know his name. The dude from the Young Turks, Gay. I forget his name. I don't remember his name. But they did have some interesting dialogue about like how content creators are going to probably drive the next election, that Trump maybe won the election just based on being a part of independent media, and like doing shows like Sean Ryan and Joe Rogan and stuff like that. And Kink, I think it's Jank, Junk. But it was interesting to think about, but I'm just done with politics. Like, I'm done caring at all about politics. I just don't care. Right? Like, now we're on the alien kick again. And they're saying, prepare the spiritual leaders to talk to their congregations. It's like, what, bro? Whatever spiritual leaders are in touch with the White House having conversations, like, that ain't my spiritual leader. So I seen a Tim Cast IRL, which I've unsubscribed. I'm unsubscribing from like tons of stuff. Like, unless it's involved in what I actually enjoy, I'm not watching stuff no more to bother me and stress me out. I'm not doing it. I have enough life stress in my actual life that I don't care anymore. I am tuning it out and turning it off. Like, don't care. I couldn't find the song. Was that you that coming? I mean, it should be on Modern's channel. I believe it was on his channel, and it was probably on one of my live streams. But I think I deleted so many live streams too. Between Trump and Pete, they're holding on to most of the powerful weapons America has, and are both promoting false. Yeah. I mean, I feel you. It is what it is. Like, the Book of Revelations already told us about freaking what's gonna happen. So like, watching it in real time, being like, oh, it's happening. Oh, look what the like, I'm just, yeah. Prepper Nation passed away, bro. He had cancer, man, and freaking sucks. But shout out to John at Prepper Nation and the Beaverines, bro. He's a freaking solid dude. One of the best channels. I kind of agree, but I still voted because a lot of people died to give me that right. Yeah, except it's not a right if it's rigged. if it's not an actual election, then the right is irrelevant. You know what I mean? That's the thing about it, Marengo. I'm done. I am done voting it. Me too. I'm done voting at the federal level. I am done. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, granted, like we got a new ATF director, and that's like some things are still always better with Republicans. Like always. Like if I'm always gonna vote, I might as well just blind vote Republican, not think about it. So I guess you're right. You could just go vote Republican. Don't think about it. You're getting screwed either way, but at least you don't have to deal with some of the like crazy stuff from the left. And you don't know when they're gonna go crazier. That's the thing. It's like they're all corrupt, but like I never want to live in California. I never want to live in a blue state. So like for me, it's just like if I did vote, it would always be Republican anyway. Even though I don't consider myself a part of the Republican Party or any of that stuff. I'm just gonna be listening, charging my phone. Quahu, man, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Real talk, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm not watching it though. That's the one thing. I do not care. I don't care about no debates. I don't care about nothing they got to say. India suffering greatly by economics. Yeah, isn't that right, Mike McClune? I mean, who you got? I'm always, if this is like an MMA fight, dude, I'm always taking Strickland. Always. I don't even pay attention to that either, man, because I don't know. I stopped watching sports. I just feel like everything's fixed. I personally feel that way. Like there's way too much millions on the line. Even if it's an extra 5 million, they're gonna fix it. Like, right? If someone came to you and was like, "Hey, dude, we got this fight coming up. Hey, if you can go talk to Strickland about this, like you're gonna make an extra 5 mil on this next one." Oh, I'll go chat with him. Like, it's too easy to fix when there's that much money being shoved in people's pockets. Like it's entertainment. I'm done. I've always said this if you've ever been on my channel, but the devil's way into people's minds is through art and entertainment. Though that is the devil's like stuff, right? Like, and obviously as human beings, we want to sit back, kick our feet up. And it started around, the bonfires and the tribes telling stories, right? Like we love stories as human beings, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like reading books and everything is great. But like, the bread and circuses, the political stuff. Like I just want to live my life like a human being, like God created me. And I just don't care about what other people are doing, because unless they're my friends and I know they care about me and I care about them, and like, I would sacrifice for them and they would sacrifice for me. Other than that, like, I'm just not that interested in it no more, dude. I mean, probably because I have a family and I care so much about them. Like, I care about what they're doing. They could be playing with a plastic toy, and that's more interesting to me than anything that anyone else is doing in the whole world. Unless you're a brother who would bleed for me and I would bleed for you, then it's any time of day, 24/7, bro. Yeah, the tell lie visions, the tell lies visions. I haven't watched anything on TV, and I don't even watch movies. I don't even watch movies anymore. First of all, every movie is like, "Oh, have you seen the new Alien Invasion movie?" I'm like, you've seen one, you've seen them all. All the good movies are done. Terminator's done. Indiana Jones is done. Star Wars is trash. Like, there is nothing to watch, dude, that hasn't already been done. It's over. Like everything now is just like, how can we grab them for 2 hours and steal their human essence while they watch our televisions? Paula White sits with exactly, Watchmen. Who the heck would listen to Paula White? I don't know. There you go. You could drop verses in here. I love that. Jeremiah 51:57. I will make her officials and wise men drunk, her governors, officers, and warriors as well. They will sleep forever and not awake, declares the King, whose name is the Lord Almighty. Yeah. Jeremiah chapter 48, 50, and 51. Ooh. And I don't know if a lot of people realize this, and maybe Watchmen you do, but like, it looks as if it's describing the fall of Babylon, but I believe it's talking about the fall of Babylon too. That is there in Revelation when the angel comes screaming, "Behold, Babylon the Great has fallen." I believe that's what you're reading in chapter 49, 50, and 51. And a lot of people don't talk about it. Some people do, but it sounds like they're talking about missiles and bombs and other stuff in that chapter when he talks about the mighty arrows that are not like any other arrows in the Bible. So some of them Dems really make, Dems, like, I don't even want to have a discussion with them. Canadian Prepper was on target tonight. All Trump does is LIE. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a politician. Like, isn't that what all the presidents do? That's the thing. Like, from now on, I look at Trump like he's just like the rest of them. What am I going to do? Who is Babylon the Great? Us. We are Babylon the Great. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't see the word Babel, right, from the Tower of Babel means confusion. And we are the land of confusion, right? Like, are we Republicans? Are we Democrats? What language do we speak? What is our culture? Like, which form of Christianity do we follow? Who is the God that we trust? You know, like, we're a hodgepodge of religions and ideologies and different things, and that's what makes us Babylon the Great. The daughter of Babylon. I mean, yeah, you could say we're the daughter of Babylon, but we're the great, bro. We're America the Great, right? Like, we have a song called America the Great. It's hard to deny that. Like, we are the whore that sits on many waters. Like, we have both access to both oceans. We have all the wealth in the world, really. Like, when it describes like the merchants and the shipping, and everyone will mourn when Babylon is destroyed, is because like no one can make money here anymore, right? Like, now everyone's gonna have to figure that out on their own, which they will. But like, America has also enriched so many people. 250 years old. Yeah, I mean, but what we're just an extension of Rome. So we're just part of the Roman Empire. And, when the Roman Empire really never died, it just broke up. And then the largest aspect of that Roman Empire is America. With the mighty voice he shouted, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She," exactly, yep, "has become a home for demons and a hunt for every evil spirit, a hunt for every unclean and disdainable bird." Yeah. And who's like the leader in human trafficking? And like, it's I mean, how could we not be Babylon the Great? Like, to me, it is undeniable. But I mean, this is theology, and all for theoretical speculation and entertainment on the show. I hear Trump meets with China. Things are going to go south. China, for the first time, China is starting to defy American sanctions. Yeah, I mean, I think China's not as much of an enemy as they like make China to be. And I'm not saying that they should own our farmland, and they probably are not. Like, but I don't think the way our two countries are strategically placed, like a war between each other, just makes no sense. Like, how are we going to get over there? We can't use the battleships against China. The sea and the South China Sea, they can blow anything out of the water they want to in seconds. We could test that theory out if they want to. Yeah, hit the like button for me, y'all. I appreciate it. Hit the like button for the brother. Babylonians are still around. Yeah, they're definitely still around. Their religion is still around. I think the daughter of Babylon is the one that we've been talking about that controls us all the time. So who controls a father really well? A daughter. So who controls America? I think the daughter of Babylon. And if you know, you know. I don't have to say anything. Ukraine has kamikaze boats. Yeah, that ain't gonna work against China though, bro. China got some stuff, dude. There's a reason they've been putting people in factories for a long time. They've been building stuff just for. You got to think, a lot of these large countries, they don't give a crap. They haven't been in wars either. Like big countries really don't do war very often. They've all been strategically planning for the big wars. And that's why we've had not a world war in 100+ years, because if there was to be one, like that's what they've been stockpiling and doing in their time. Has stolen many similar stories from Babylon. Well, a lot of Christian stories existed before Babylon, so it would make sense, right? Like the Noah's Ark story. You know what I'm saying? Like that story alone is in every culture. So like who stole what from who? When we go back that far in time, like none of us actually know who stole what, right? Like if you ever watched the old documentary, I think it was called, what was it called? But anyways, they talk about like the Egyptians had a god born on December 25th, and like all these parallels between other religions and modern Christianity, because like no one thinks Jesus was born on December 25th. We celebrate that because of who became Christian in the world and what they pushed onto the people. But when you go all the way back then, like the Bible is written before, talking about before Babylon and after Babylon. So like who stole what from who, we don't know. Like we really don't know. They come from faraway lands, from the ends of the heavens, the Lord and the weapons of his wrath to destroy the whole country. Yeah, Isaiah talks about it too. Noah's Ark, Gilgamesh, Enuma, Elish, those are stories thousands of years before. I mean, you don't know what came before. You truly don't know. And you don't know that if that story is true, right? And the Bible lays it out as the true version. You go look, and this is in the Bible. If you could read the Old Testament, okay, the families are all coming from an Adam and Eve, right? So like, of course, if one line of this family goes over here, they're going to tell the same story. It's going to be different names. It's going to be different spins on that story. You know what I'm saying? Like if you took a family today and grabbed 10 cousins and they all knew about their great grandfather and there was a story about him, they all might tell it differently. And that's pretty much, I think, what you're seeing in Gilgamesh and Noah. And now I personally think the Bible is 100% true, because I think that if you apply it to your life, it greatly affects your life, and that positive impact that it has on people's lives, I think, is the proof in the pudding. It is the fruit, the good fruit that tree bears. And if you judge things by its fruit, then if it lays good fruit, it's a good tree. So that enough is enough for me to think like, no, like there's a reason that other stuff was buried, destroyed, become a myth, not had the credibility that the Bible's had. So for me, like there's no story someone could come up with and be like, actually, there's this one papyrus that they found. Is like, there's a reason there's just one of them. It's because, someone had read those stories and like rewrote it, right? And they put their spin on it, and that happens in everything today. I mean, medical journals are like, how do you know what's true in that? Because that changes, and like the new person comes up with this, and then the same person over there writes the same thing. And like, obviously the only way to really know is obviously nature works. The things closest to the natural form of things works the best. And you have to have a philosophy when it comes to health versus like theories, you know what I mean? And that's how it is with the Bible. You have to have a philosophy of how you approach history and scriptures to see it through the correct lens. Was it stolen from it, or are they like how do you know which one comes first? Because Genesis is supposedly a collection of stories written from before the flood of these lineages and stuff like that Moses put back into all the things. Now, don't get me wrong, like looking at the beginning of Genesis chapter 1, right? Like Moses is the guy who went into Egypt and lived there for a long time. So like in my opinion, if you were going to have someone sort out what came first, what is the truth, someone like Moses would be the perfect gentleman to be like, well, actually, I come from this family and I grew up with the Egyptians, and I'm going to break it down for what's actually true and not true, because I have all the family records from here and I know all the family records from there. And I know where everybody kind of comes from because, you know, we're talking a certain amount of time where stuff was documented. Traditionally 66 books. Yeah, some traditions, 66 books. What is my race and ethnicity? A human race. Ethnicity, American. I am of the human race of Americans. Yeah. I'm a Italian and a little bit Brazilian. Like a quarter Brazilian, but mostly Italian. The Bible has over 63,000 cross references written over 200 years. It's impossible for it not to be inspired. Yeah. It's anybody who doesn't want to believe the Bible, it's because they don't want to believe the Bible. No offense, my brother Clint Eastwood, but the Bible, and it's not written over 200 years. It's written over 4,000 years with like, I forget, 60, 80 something authors that all create this cohesiveness story. Like it's not possible for the Bible to, the mathematics for the Bible not to be true is astronomical. Like I've had my doubts and I've done my research, and like what comes back to me is like you have to unrationalize statistics to make it not true. Appreciate it. Written over 2,000 years, more than that. Yeah, more than 2,000 years. I believe it's 4,000. I could be wrong. Could be over 2,000. I think it's over 2,000 though. What kind of American? The constitutional, by the book kind. The one that first, like constitutional absolutist. That's the way that I'm gonna permanently phrase it from now going forward. Is I am 100% a constitutional absolutist, and I'm not listening to like philosophy on what these people assume they meant when they wrote their own papers on what they meant. So we know what they meant when they wrote it, and you know, you go back into the time and read from their lens. Like, I am a constitutional absolutist kind. Diplomatic relations were served in 1980 during the Iran crisis that have not been reestablished. Yeah. I missed a zero. I meant 2,000 years. Okay, gotcha. Yep, Marengo knows what time it is. Yeah, I mean, that's your opinion as an LEO. Yeah, I mean, we'll find out how that goes, bro. We're gonna find out. You know, like, I mean, dude, I'm an American, so like the Constitution's the law of the land. If I gotta put my hand on that book and swear an oath to it, it's like, dude, it is what it is. And there's case law that states anything that breaks the Constitution is unlawful and not a law and could be ignored. So like I don't know what to say. Like absolutely, I'm going to follow the Constitution, right? Like I would bleed and die for my country under those circumstances. So like yeah, we'll find out. That's why I think that we need people who are like that as law enforcement officers, right? Like, and you know what? If you watch some videos, you will find. I actually watched a video the other day where this officer pulled over a dude. I forget, it was on Instagram, where he pulled him over and they had FRTs. They were at the range. Someone called about them having FRTs at the range. They didn't know they were FRTs. They thought they were for law. And this was in Arizona. And the guy was like, you know what? Like, it's not clear enough. And like, you guys are really nice and good. You have concealed licenses and everything. And they let him go. And we're like, you know, I'd just be more careful because not everybody knows what's up and up in modern firearms. So like, you know, be smart about what you do because you never know when you're going to get an idiot in front of you. and I like would like to pride myself on and be the person that's not the idiot, you know. Every religion is made. Nah, not Clint Eastwood. Without religion, there is no society. It's as simple as that. Without a foundational belief on something, there is no society. America was started as like, in God we trust. Like I think 11 of the 13 founding colonies, like if you did not profess yourself to be a follower of Jesus Christ, you could not be in the government. And the Bible influenced the Constitution. Like there is no society without religion. You are running through the wood. Even the people running through the woods with loincloths on believe in some type of religion together. Like religion is inherent in the human existence. You cannot have morals that don't come from God. Exactly, Watchman. Like God is, you can't have laws, right? Like when you think of how do we make laws? Well, like I have to breathe. That's the law of life. If you don't breathe and take in air, you will die. So that is like a fundamental law, right? It's a fundamental law that water boils at 98 degrees. Isn't it 98 degrees? I could be wrong. My brain's all over the place with that one. I haven't like measured. I just know that when I see it boiling, it's boiling. But there's a temperature at sea level that water always burns at. So like there are fundamental laws to nature, you know, and human beings get those laws from that, which is from the creator. Like I don't know how people don't believe in a creator, man. Like the world is too perfect. Your lungs look just like you lay under a tree and you look at the tree branches, and that's also inside your body. And it just so happens that the tree is the one that creates the oxygen 198 degrees Celsius. That sounds high. 200 degrees? No, 98 degrees is your body. So you might be right. 198 degrees. But the earth is everything is in unison. And there's no way. Like you can't have a perfect piece of artwork without an artist. And that's what the world is. You can't have a creation without the creator. It's that simple. Nah, Bible doesn't have flaws. You can work in flaws into anything, right? Like you could have the perfect thing and someone will find flaw in it. That's a perfect example, especially for the modern age, Clint. Like, in my opinion, the Glock is a perfect handgun, right? And you can have people who are out there chasing the dragon to go, they want to try CZ, right? But it's like, you know, you could have the perfect woman. She ain't perfect for everybody. She's perfect for you. So that's the thing about the Bible. You can find flaw in anything that seems to be perfect, right? I mean, Jesus is a perfect example. Man was perfect, yet people tried to find flaw in him. The Bible is made of stories told over generations before it was ever written down. Well, the New Testament was written down right away, like the letters of Paul. The Gospels were firsthand accounts that they had a scribe, and you know, Peter told Mark, "Hey, Mark, we're gonna write this gospel." And then when you think about the book of Genesis, right? You look at Moses and the 10 Commandments. I think maybe the 10 Commandments are in Exodus, actually. But God wrote those with his own finger. So, I mean, there probably are oral traditions of some of that stuff. But like, I do believe, and most scholars believe, that Moses had documents with him when he was writing the book of Genesis, and what he went through, or he at least had read these documents from different time periods and stuff, and then assembled it into that. I mean, my only thing is, like I said, man, just judge a tree by its fruits. That is the simplest way to approach life. A good person bears good fruits. A good marriage bears good fruits. Good relationships bear good fruits. A good job bears good fruits. a good health plan bears good fruits. I mean, everything, right? Like, it doesn't matter. You can take an object, right? Does a Glock bear good fruits? I mean, for the handgun, it is. Absolutely, it does. It's, does a scope, when you judge a scope, right? Do you just like look through it and never shoot it? Like, you judge it based on how it produces. And that is the symbol of the tree bearing fruit, is like, and that's like the old saying of like, shut up or put up, or don't talk about it, be about it, right? Like, until the proof is in the pudding itself. Everything for humans really shows out to have begun around the timeline of the Jewish 6,000-year timeline. Yeah, I mean, I think we had an Earth before Adam. So in the book of Job, which is apparently the oldest book in the Bible. So Job is actually older than Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, and what am I missing there? Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, and missing the fifth of the Pentateuch. But God tells Job that the angels cheered when he created the earth, right? And so that would assume that they're created before the earth was created, and therefore Satan was already in the garden, so that fall had already happened, right? And a fall, it does say like he fell from heaven like a bolt of lightning, right? But I do think that they inhabited the earth, like the earth was theirs, and then God decided that they were fallen and gave the earth to humans. That's my theory. So like the earth itself could exist longer than 6,000 years. The human timeline probably begins about 6,000 years ago. And it could be give or take, 1,000 years here, 1,000 years there. That I've watched a lot on, young Earth creation and old Earth and pre-atomized societies, and like the scriptures are mainly vague on that. And there's, we have other scriptures, Enoch, Jasher, Jubilees, that I think are scripture. I mean, the book of Jasher is written by Joshua, so I don't know how that wouldn't be counted in as scripture. Nephilim, yeah, like that stuff existed. Facts. Giants existed. There's some weird stuff. Like, I think the Lord of the Rings is obviously there's a lot of like paganism built into it, but like the old world was probably pretty similar to that, right? You look at the castles, you look at the structures, giants, little hobbits, right? We find pygmy people and tribes. Like, the world, it was so much more interesting in that time period. And like the thing is I don't know. It's a lot to philosophize about. Like I said, I'm mainly focused on today and making sure my bills are paid and I get to spend time with my family and my limited scope of life. Like, the one thing about human beings is like, I don't care how much you study and rationalize and think we are very limited creatures with a very limited amount of time on this earth, and it should be appreciated. We should bear good fruit while we're here. It doesn't say it was a whale. It says it was a fish. It's assumed later that it's a whale. A day for God is... See, Clint Eastwood, let me explain. If you believe God created the earth and human beings out of the dust of the ground, the Jonah story is not. Everything else in the Bible is easy to believe. Everything. Right? Like we got here somewhere, which is absolutely, the creation is the greatest miracle, and the rest of the stuff like walking on water and Jonah in a whale's stomach, like all of that is not as far-fetched as God creating man out of the dust of the earth and breathing life into him. So That's the thing about a lot of miracles in the Bible. People want to be like, you actually believe that? It's like, well, I mean, it's not as crazy as God creating us and putting us here, right? Like that is if he can do that, he can do any of the other stuff, any of it, right? I don't know, man. I've heard crazy stories about all kinds of things in life where I'm like, no way that happened, and it did happen. I don't know about you guys, but like I haven't lived, thousands of years myself. But how many times have you been like, nah, no way that happened? And you're like, yeah, it darn sure did happen. So some crazy things happen. Maybe 10K max. Yeah, I'm with you, Kwahu. I'm not like the Earth is millions and millions of years old. That doesn't make sense to me. Man-made enough to show us being around much longer than 6,000 years. Yeah, I mean, and then you got to go and like, man, are the 6 days that God created everything actual days? Because the first day there is no sun and moon. So like, what is determined to be a day? That's it. I mean, it's tough because I'm not a millions and billions of years old idea person, but I do think it's within the thousands. Like, look how much the Earth has changed in the last 100 years. If you gave 6,000 years, bro, civilizations rise and fall, like crazy stuff. Flat Earth. I mean, I think it's more likely that it's flat than we're on a round spinning ball flying through the universe at 666,000 miles an hour chasing the sun. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. But it could be rounded and we could be geocentric. I don't like stand on flat or round Earth anymore, but I do stand on business about being geocentric. We are geocentric. That is absolutely my belief. The Bible states that we're geocentric, that the sun is on a path. Psalms 19:1. And I actually think it says that around Psalms 19:4. But we're geocentric, and the sun goes around us. That I think is really hard to debate otherwise, unless you just do math. And fortunately, what is the name? But mathematically, it can be either flat or round. And mathematically, we could spin and the sun could go around us. Mathematically, they are the same. They're a conversion. So, in my opinion, I don't think that, we're going around the sun. I don't think it. I could be wrong. Like, I also don't think it matters anymore. Like, I know people used to get really upset, like, it matters so much. And it's like, why? NASA is a lie. So, like, they're funneling money. Everything's stealing money from us. Like, I got to look up geocentric. Yeah, I mean, geocentrism has been the predominant idea for the majority of forever. Okay? Like, the, I don't even remember what they call the, solar system theory where we go around the sun. I forget what it's called. Heliocentric. Helios, the god Helios centric, is the alternative theory that is much newer than geocentric. Like, mostly everybody knew the sun goes around us and the moon goes around us, like, forever. I'd hate to say this, but like, the real, like, round Earth, nobody thought that until the 1900s. Nobody. Like, in the 1800s, they were still flat earthing. I don't know what to say, but like, when you look at Universal Pictures, like when they put the Earth in the movies, that started a little bit before NASA. I believe they started doing that, like maybe the 1930s, 40s, like when films kind of started coming out. But like, we didn't have a picture of the Earth, right, until they went to the moon. Like, there were no pictures of Earth. And I still don't think there's any actual pictures of Earth. I think they're all like composites. And before that, I think that they just had like realistic paintings of of what it looked like. Like they could have artists are pretty amazing. They can make things look very real that are not real with a paintbrush. Space is scary. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's just so many things that are just so irrelevant. What it comes down to, guys, is morality is your reality, right? The greatest reality you can place yourself in is making good decisions, being good to people, finding a tribe. That's what our role is as human beings. Like we belong in tribes. Men shall not be alone. God basically was like, procreate, be fruitful and multiply. Like, do we have dominion? Absolutely. We're the peak of creation, right? Like, I don't care what animals have. The mind is the most powerful weapon. Objective morale, absolutely, yeah. Like, morality is the foundation of living. As a human being, like, love is our purpose. I heard a story once about a man who died, came back to life, and he said he went to God and he saw Jesus Christ when he died. And he tells this story, and he says, and this is not like a folktale. This is a real person that died. Said he died and saw Jesus. First of all, there's plenty of people who said they died and saw Jesus Christ who weren't Christians and became Christians. So, like, make of that what you will. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding. But there's plenty of people who have like died and come back to life through medical or miracles or whatever, right? And this guy said he saw Jesus and he just asked him, he's like, what is the point of life? And Jesus Christ said to him, the entire point of your existence is love. And he came back and was a whole new person. And I had a dream, Red Dawn of the Second Coming. But that's when I was doing a lot of research younger. I had a dream, Red Dawn of the Second Coming. But that's when I was doing a lot. Yeah, I mean, Clint Eastwood, when you say that to me, and I've talked about this on streams, some people may have missed it, but the parable of the 5 virgins, or the 10 virgins, 5 were wise and 5 were fools, okay? And all 10 of them showed up, and they were waiting on Jesus to come back, right? 5 brought oil in their lamps, and they heard that he was coming. And 5 of them did not have oil. And they said, can we have some of your oil? And they said, no, you can go back and go get your own oil, right? And the oil symbolizes the Holy Spirit, having the Holy Spirit inside of you, which is connected to the Creator, right? That is the Einstein-Rosen bridge, the rainbow bridge between you and God is the Holy Spirit. And the 5 foolish virgins, they left when he was coming. They heard he's on his way. He's coming. They left to go get their oil, and they couldn't find any oil. They couldn't find the Holy Spirit. And they were not back and ready when Christ returned. And I wrote something on somebody's Instagram because they were talking about something to involve in this. And, you know, you may not have a lot of oil in your lamp. You may not be filled with the Holy Spirit burning on fire for Jesus Christ. That may happen from time to time. Like, some people burn very hot for God, and some people, they burn hot for a while and then they burn out. But the one thing I would tell you is burn every ounce of oil you have. Okay? And you don't need to go anywhere to find the oil. The oil is within you. So don't leave. Don't leave Jesus. That is the moral of what I'm saying. Is it doesn't matter. You might have spirits that talk to you to create doubt within your mind in life all the time. And you cannot listen to them. There's a beautiful thing. You know what? We have to show this. If I can, my internet has been, I have a million windows up on here because I've been applying for jobs, right? So like I have like 9 and I'm probably freezing right now. Let me know if I'm freezing. Am I freezing? Amen, Garen. Sincerity means a lot. Be a good Samaritan. Koresh was a heretic and a blasphemer. Yep. Whenever you are there, that's where you will be. No, I'm not. All right. So I just want to share something that's super important, and it's not like Bible thumpy. And like I know we get off in this. The Watchman's in here. He's dropping stuff. So like we got onto the Bible tonight. I will have you know I am a learned man. I experienced another highly learned man who was very close to the Most High, and he taught me things, and I want to thank him eternally for the things that and time that I had with this man, because it felt like otherworldly. But we all have this inner voice. Let me see on critical inner voices, the negative identity. This one's only 3 minutes, but I really want to find the one. This might be it. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Maybe this guy has it. I don't want it to be about this negative identity thing. How to unavoid it doesn't want to come up, the type of stuff that behavior expert instantly read any room and how to hack your discipline. No 95% of your mind is controlled. Yeah, I would definitely say that. But anyways, it's basically about how your inner dialogue. So like, I don't know how many of you, they say not everyone has this, but it's about 70% of humans. Did I audio freezing? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when I went to the other tab, let me just close it too. So like I had a problem logging into the stream because I had so many tabs open of like unemployment, job interviews, resumes, like all these other job positions I'm finishing filling out. Like I had a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm back. I should be 5 by 5. But it's about the inner voice that's in your head. It's constantly telling you stuff. Okay, some of it is your thoughts and some of it is like randomized voices, and nobody truly knows where it comes from, right? Like some of it is your conscience, some of it is your own thinking and inner working. Like your dialogue is like talking to yourself, right? Like when you talk to yourself, you almost hear this voice giving you directions inside of your mind. Don't move your hand so fast by the camera. It seems to trigger the freeze. I got you. All right, 10-4. Let's see. One wife. How does that go? Divorce, etc. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe in divorce. But the inner voice thing, so like the dialogue that you have is like, you got to control that inner voice. You got to put in check. You really got to control your inner thoughts, your inner voice. And you need to stand on business. Like when you know something is true, it's like the whole, I had intuition that was true and I didn't listen, right? Like you need to know when to listen to your inner voice and when to tune it out. Because it is one of the most mind-boggling and interesting concepts, but like we all as human beings know it, right? We're like, I know what you're talking about. And there has been some science studied into it. Yeah, the flesh is always at war with the spirit, absolutely. And in the spiritual world, you can't see. Like our eyes only can see this much of the light spectrum, and the whole world is made of light. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And He created everything with His voice out of light. Everything. Everything you see is made of light. I could probably pull that video up, but you can look that up yourself. Like matter, every form of matter is actually different wavelengths and different forms of light itself. It's interesting stuff. I mean, but like I said, man, like I really didn't want to get into super deep things because you know, I definitely just am grateful that I can be back on YouTube. And obviously I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and I'm a constitutional absolutist. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the constitutional republic for which it stands, one nation under God. Like that's the kind of American I am. Supposedly there's people that claim they don't have an inner dialogue. Yeah, that's true. Correct. But it's gotta be having no relationship with the Holy Spirit. Nah, because there's unholy spirits out there too, PNW Minuteman, that have inner dialogue with a lot of people. Right? Like there's some really wicked spirits out there dialoguing with some people back and forth daily. Hourly. But it's not just that. It's I don't know. Maybe there is races of human beings that are not fully human. Maybe that's the cause of it. Maybe there are hybrids, and because someone else that I talked to, and you know, Clint Eastwood, I hope this conversation is at least fruitful and you enjoy my thoughts on some of this stuff, man, even though, you know, we have a different opinion on what the Bible is. And to anyone else out there, um, the light turns back into matter also. Yeah, but it stays light. It like in every form, even though you interpret it as matter, it's actually light. That's what's weird. Like your interpretation of things is limited. You cannot fathom it. Like it is more like the Matrix, where like if you could see all the spectrum, everything would be iridescent and like walls are not actually there. Like they're there, but you can go right through them. And like yeah, reprobate mind is obviously a thing people need to look for. But one of the things, where was I going? Because he said spooky people and demons in their mind, blah 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 blah. I was headed onto a path with that. And then I got distracted and back on light. Interpretation is double. Yeah, for sure. Like that's what I was saying about finding fault in perfection, and yeah, skewing the reality. Yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts. Thanks, Red. I appreciate it, Clint. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. But I think what I was getting at is man, it's escaping me the exact thing that I wanted to talk about, because I was going to pull it up and then I said I wasn't going to pull it up. If you guys remember what I was about to jump into, you remind me. And I know it was something really, really cool in particular. But yeah, I mean, the Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I mean, all I see is the reaction when a photon hits an electron in my eye. Yeah, that's all we see, and our brain interprets it differently than probably what the eye actually sees. Right? That's the other thing is we actually might see it all, and then when it gets to the brain, it interprets it this way. You know, like we don't know. And animals see in totally different spectrums and stuff than us, and they're still limited. So, like, just imagine the possibilities of what our creation actually is. But yeah, I'll probably we'll go back to firearms until I can remember the human eye. They still can figure it out. Yeah, human beings are limited, man. We're just limited creatures. Once we accept our limitations and decide to be moral and treat each other for what our purpose is, like it's running to the brick wall and finding out that the wall is 1,000,000 feet high. Like you're not gonna figure it out, dude. Like, go back there and treat people good. We're just limited beings, man. Um, but yeah, I mean, the world it's a weird place right now, and I appreciate all you guys being on here for the live. Uh, as you can see, based upon my thoughts and all kinds of other things, my personality, like I said this is why the channel is going to be changing over to the Nomad Remnant. Um, because I do feel like a foreigner in my own land, as the Bible would say. And we are the remnant of people that still believe in these ideas, old world um, constitutions and Bibles, right? Like everything that I hold fast to is hundreds of years old before I was even created. So I feel like a nomad. I can I call the earth my home at this point? Like even where I live, like I said, like I'm in this house now, but like I don't want to be forever. And like my career path, like I feel like a nomad. I prepare to be a nomad. Part of my preparations is if I didn't have a home, could I still live? Right? I actually look at people who are homeless and think, wow, they even though some of them have like really messed up their lives, but it's amazing how some of them just keep going, right? Um, so always be prepared to be a nomad, mentally be a nomad, and be the remnant that outlasts everything to see the end of times and the return of our King. So that is going to be the name of the channel. I'm going to be switching this to Nomad Remnant, and I've already started it. I have Nomad Remnant. You can find the channel now, but I'm going to convert this channel over to Nomad Remnant. And we're just training, preparing for anything that could happen. Yeah, the eye doesn't really work like a camera. But I think they built the camera based on the eye and the cones and rods and everything else. Like we can just see stuff. We can't like understand the meaning behind everything all the time. Nice, P&W. Get it, bro. Get it. We're the ones created in God's image. That's right. That is why the evil fallen ones despised us and wanted us to fall with them. God made us like him. He thought, first, let me create these beautiful beings that will have all these great powers. Like he did that, and it didn't work out. The free will aspect of that great power comes great responsibility, and some of them didn't handle their responsibilities well. And so he minimized the power and created us in his image and his likeness to be more like him and less of, a star, because in the Bible it says all the stars are angels. All the stars will fall to the earth. Homelessness makes me so sad. I donated some clothes to them personally in the cold here. Yeah, homelessness is terrible, dude. I watch the guys who like go up to homeless people, and I'm praying that we don't become homeless, bro, because like right now it's not good. It's not good. I'm praying desperately that we never are in that situation, because not having a job and being the provider of a family is wretched. But for me, I also am like, dude, I want to help kids more than anything else. Like people that have their future ahead of them. Like if you're an old person that became homeless, like I bet you had some pretty bad circumstances, but like, I just feel like when I give my resources out, which I don't have many of, but even if I did have a lot, like I would always be giving it to kids because they're way more vulnerable. And the drugs and all that, like a lot of that stuff is by choice. Some people have it's a combination. Obviously, I'm not just going to blanket people and say all of them made the choice and made bad choices. Some of them have had really bad situations happen. But choosing to do drugs is an absolute choice. And you get addicted, and then that choice becomes, protect the children at all costs, bro. At all costs, bro. I'm gonna tell you the truth. A child is the closest thing to God you will find in this world. It is looking into the eyes of the closest thing you will find to God is a human child. I get wound up about that because my constitutional absoluteness with the Constitution, if I find someone that hurts a child, they don't get to be a part of that Constitution no more. And I'll take all the consequences. I don't care. Let me find that out in person. But I'll never forget Halloween days. A Christian group came to the park, and the guy gave me his number and told me if I ever in jail bad. Hold on, can I scroll up? This thing's in the way. Ever in jail / bad, call him. Said a prayer with him when I was religious. Yeah, I mean, and Clint, man, I'll pray for you, bro. I pray that you find the faith again, because the world is a dark place, dude. It's not like this crazy thing to walk away from it, because like, how could things be it's the similar thing, like, how could things happen to me? How could things be so bad in life that God could exist? And the problem is free will is super powerful. Like, our free will, like when people ask, like, how could kids have cancer? I don't know. How could we put chemicals in everything? Right? How could Agent Orange actually happen? How could, the things that are the result of human decision making that causes degrading of everything in this world, bad choices have consequences, and God created this world so that we would have consequences. And otherwise, we also wouldn't, like, if we were given the gift of the angels of this eternal life from the beginning, we wouldn't appreciate, we wouldn't be grateful, we wouldn't get on one knee. That was the fault that he saw within them, was that, they didn't have the mortality to understand the seriousness of eternal life. They took it for granted. Become a history teacher, teach the youngins. Yeah, I mean, I homeschool my kids, man. Like, my kids are already on that Bible day one. We are on the Bible. We just got done watching Bible stories with Daddy interpreting them on what it actually really says, means, who the people are, what they did, where they come from. You know how they say there's no atheist on a grassy plain? Yeah, or in a foxhole. Like, when you need it the most, bro, everybody will come and bow down, right? Even like some of these Satanists, I think there was a Satanist who like got to the end and he was like, what did I do, as he was dying? He found out that his decisions have consequences. And without free will, you can't have that, right? So like, the other thing I want to remind people of, which is the almighty glory of God, is that what you see as a consequence, a temporary pain, God can make that go away forever. And you may feel it as long as you're a flesh, as long as you're in your flesh. But like, if you realize that eternity is so much longer than this lesson time period, that's what I'd like to call it, the time period of lessons in the flesh. That's what we're in. We're in the period of fleshly lessons. And if you want to make it to that great eternity, it's very simple. Like, you just start having faith in the one who grants it to people. Right? It's not on your own merit, because we've all made mistakes that we could never work off. There is no like, I've done all this good stuff. No, like, it's the same as a judge and a jury. If anybody who's watched, I forget the old ones with not Kurt Franklin, but it's the moral law, right? If God is just and he's given a law, it doesn't matter if you've given to charity your whole, like this, right? Let someone on Epstein's list say, well, dude, you know how much money I gave to charity who's done something on that island? Like, we don't care about any of the good things you've done. Once you break the law, you must be punished. That is what justice is. And if God is just, he must punish sin. It must be punished. Otherwise, he's not a just God. So, you know, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. So I'm headed to AK again in a week. I'll be streaming from Starlink. Nice, Quahu. I didn't even know you'd be streaming, bro. I'm gonna have to tap in on that. Faith is important. Absolutely, bro. We don't have a society without the higher power. I mean, that's how people get bought into things like Freemasonry. It's just like, oh, just believe in a higher power. We can all like commingle. We can all just chase wealth together in our commingling. By the way, we have a few rituals that we like to do. But yeah, people fall into all kinds of traps that way too. And that's why people like I hate religion because I watch them fall into traps. It's like, bro, it's the same as like going to a bad Christian church. Like you can't judge, can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Just judge a tree by its fruits. It's that simple. Like it's the simplest code of law ever. Judge a tree by its fruits. Love God with all your heart and soul. Treat your neighbor as yourself. Simple. Those are all the laws and commandments hang on those three right there. So yeah, I seen all those Starlink satellites in the sky flying. Yeah, and I don't know how they're flying, and I don't know if they're actually satellites. I don't know if they're on balloons. I don't know nothing about it. I know that there ain't no real good footage and videos of no satellites. Go Google satellites in space for me, because there ain't no pictures of those neither. I'm sure they exist. There's lights. There's lights. Satelloons. I think they're satelloons. And just like when one starts going bad, just send another one up and swap it. That's my opinion. That's the cheapest, best way to do it. That would make sense. And then tell them that we need 18 million for a new satellite, right? And it's like, send up a balloon, bro, and put that little thing on it. That was only 2 million. Pocket the other 16 million. Like, I don't know. Satellites, I get it, right? Like, if you follow the track too of like satellites, LORAN, overseas communications, radio communications, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Some people think that it bounces off the, I think the ionosphere. That doesn't mean much though, because it could be curved or not curved and still bounce off an ionosphere. Line of sight, like I don't think the Earth has really ever been measured as a curve. I don't think things go over a curve. That's like, I don't know if the Earth's round or flat. It sure seems flat. How long did they talk about going to the moon and back a day or two? Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe nobody goes to the moon. But if you read the book of Obadiah, Watchmen, it's a very short book in the Bible. I advise everybody to start, like, if I'm gonna tell you, hey, bro, you ain't read the Bible in a long time, you might miss some words, you might miss some understanding. Go read the book. If you're an American, you live in America, go read the book of Obadiah. And oddly enough, the gentleman that I met a long time ago, his name was Obadiah. And you'd be surprised. He's not the kind of Obadiah you would think. He don't look, sound, or act like the Obadiah that would come to your mind when you hear that name. The moon rings. Maybe it does. That's what they say, right, Aaron? They said it rings like a bell. I don't know if that's true neither. I ain't never heard that bitch ring like a bell. And the cow jumped over the moon, and the man in the moon. I don't know. I know it's a luminary, according to God. That's all I know about the moon. And it tells us the times. It tells us the months. That's why the name of it is the moon. It comes from moons and months. That's literally where we get the term months from. Is the 28-day moon cycle, 13 months, 28 days. Comes from the moon. That's all I pretty much know about the moon. It tells you the cycle in 28 days. And its position can tell you what month you're in. Position of the sun can tell you what month you're in. It's just a big sky clock. That's all I think of the sky. It's for signs and seasons. Like the simplicity of the Bible is the wisdom of the Bible. Once you can get past what people say and just go, tells time, back to my morality. Like the farther life, the closer we are to fulfilling our purpose. Like our purpose is not to study the moon and all the stuff. It's really not. Like if you read the book of Enoch, where it's like the Watchers came down and started teaching them about zodiacs and signs and this and how to make armor and how to make weapons and how to do agriculture. Like God didn't design us to live our life that way. We created work and rumors and wisdom. Are you wise? Do you know it? Do you know or not know about this? Only thing that matters on a level with each other is our morality, how we treat each other, how we love each other, the lengths we would go to for each other to not watch each other suffer. I have just gone down every one of those wisdom roads and know all about them. The laser bouncing a laser off the moon, and the laser reflectors, and the moon that rings like a bell, and maybe it's an actual hollow moon when there's a space station behind. I've dived every rabbit hole. I've dived to the bottom of it, only to come back up and say the only thing that matters is morality and how we treat each other. Like, does anybody give a flying shit how much somebody knows if they were one of these Epstein people? Nobody cares how smart that guy is. Wood chipper, right? Like that's morality is the highest form of an intellect. It's the highest form of intelligence is morality. They disclosed the Epsteins. They said no, pretty much a statement to get Trump. I believe nothing. See nothing, hear nothing, believe nothing. I'm gonna get 3 monkeys that say that. I haven't even seen the note. I don't know. Yeah, Millstone. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's. There's another verse in the Bible. I quote the Bible a lot because it is. I've read the Bible more times than most people, like from cover to cover. I have multiple Bibles highlighted from cover to cover and things pointed out with notes, handwritten notes by me, not like the Schofield Bible or the MacArthur Bible and his notes, because I've been instructed by somebody who understands the original language in which this thing's written and not what most people think. It's a very ancient language and it's a lot more different than people understand. But I've read it many times. But the quote that I was about to give that now slipped out of my mind. Can't do anything without a manifesto. Yeah, the magical manifestos. Well, I forget the quote that I was going to say. I don't forget the quote. I guarantee you I know the quote. I forget which one that I was going to use. But yeah, I mean, dude, I appreciate you guys being here. And you will see the channel switch over to Nomad Remnant. And if you see it, don't be like, who is this? My logo has my guy. So the guy is remaining, who looks like a nomad, with the American flag shamag. He's actually on the thumbnail. That is part of the stuff that I've been creating for the Nomad Remnant channel. You may see some streams and videos disappear. I might delete them because I'm going to be revamping the channel in the direction I want to go. And I hope that it is just somewhat successful. Z, what's going on, Z? I'm glad you made it by. It's been awesome having Douglas here, Garen, Watchman, Drew in Oregon, Kurt24, if you're still working and listening, appreciate the brother Kurt. We had a bunch of people in here, though. Quahu, if you're still listening, Sev, Sev, glad you came by. J Paz, my brother J Paz made it by. Good to see you, J Paz. Garen, Clint Eastwood, all you guys. PNW Minuteman, Douglas. Why is this name escaping me? But the brother, man, I gotta go that high up. Tech Money. Everybody that's come by this live, man, appreciate you guys. I sent the link to a couple people. I was like, hey, if you just want to come hang out, just be talking about things and hanging. But yeah, dude, I appreciate all you guys. I always appreciate the support on the channel. Anybody who donates to the channel, I appreciate that. It's a blessing. It really does help me, especially right now that I don't have a job and I'm on a job hunt. I pray to God that it works out, that doors open for not just me, but PNW Minuteman out there who's looking for a door to open. And all you guys, anybody who's out there struggling, like, dude, I am with you. I'm always an open book and easy to reach, and people reach out to me and I make time. Like, even if I don't have time, I make time for people because, again, morality is the highest form of intelligence. And I've had my heart broken many times by people because I've been there for them. And, when it's time that you ask for someone to be there for you, they look at you like, bro, go somewhere. It's like, okay, well, I guess I can only extend that kindness so far before we don't both bear good fruits and then have a table full of fruit. Right? Like that's the point of everyone bearing good fruits, is to bring the fruit that you do bear to the table so everybody can eat and be healthy. So been looking at Z, bro. Why don't you buy a dog for me? I got 8 Belgian Malinois puppies right now. They'll be ready on May 31st. Lightning Scott, anybody who wants a Belgian Malinois puppy, dude, I got some of the best dogs. I have all the pictures from my last litter. I own the mother and the father. They both are very different genetically. So that's why I wanted to put them together, because the biggest factor in putting the 2 dogs together was their temperament. They both have perfect dog family protection, intelligence, temperaments. And so I wanted to breed them because I wanted one of their children, which I got, and my wife made us keep 2. Because she couldn't say goodbye to another one. So I have 2 of their children. But yeah, you can go look at the live stream. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. They were born on Easter. So it's just pretty cool. Even though I'm not like an Easter person, I'm more of a Passover guy. But yeah, they're super cool. And if anybody's interested, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you start training my Mals from day one, you will have extremely highly, these dogs do not play when it comes to training. The problem is, the only issue I had with one of my dogs is they didn't want to do anything with him and train him. Like, you have to train the dog what you want it to do. It begs to please you and want to do whatever you want it to do. You just got to tell them and show them. And you don't have to show them too many times. These dogs are absolutely amazing, man. Like, I grew up with shepherds. I've had mixed dogs. I will never go back and have a different dog than a Belgian Malinois. I won't. And one of the things that has always, I've always been a dog lover. I've never lived a day of my life without a dog in my home, ever. But what I will say is dogs have a role. Like, a dog is not just a cuddle buddy and a stuffed animal that's alive that gives you kisses. Like, they should serve a purpose and bear fruit, and that fruit is protection on top of love. Like, love could be a thing. Like, if you just want a companion, right? I think you should get married and have kids if you're looking for that type of companion. But a dog's great too, because they don't break your heart. They love you unconditionally. However, why not have a dog that can learn, protect, serve you? Looks to serve you, looks to be like, master, what is our plan today? That's what's cool about Mals, right? Like, you have the peak looking to serve master animal in your home. And I love it. Like I love it, like, because now it doesn't feel like I have a dog. It feels like I have a best friend that will rock out with me no matter what. Like they'll ride and die with you in any situation, right? And they'll hold their own. That's the other thing is like that partner now. People don't want to see him. People don't want to face that Malinois. He doesn't just bite ankles or arms. They will rip somebody's face off. Sucks. Oh, you lost one. One of mine passed yesterday. The other one is blind. He needs another dog to keep him company. Z, man, bro. A girl Malinois will love him, kiss his face. A boy might be a little rough with him. They play a little rougher until they get out of like their adolescent phase. But the girls from like day one, bro, they're just like giant mushes. Unless someone comes around the family, then they're like a beast that they don't want. Like you have to socialize them, take them out places so that they don't get that way. But like if you just kept her home, they won't let nobody in your house. Period. They don't know that person. Nope, not coming. Protection. I am born a protection dog. So, like, if you want them to be social, then you have to train them to be social, which is easy. You take them to Home Depot, you take them out often, you go for walks, you know. But Z, I don't know if you remember, we lost our dog. Gosh, it's been that long, but September. Yep, September. And he's buried in my backyard. I had him for 13 years. He was the first dog that me and my wife had together, and we never went one day of our relationship without him until now. And it was rough. It was really rough. If I didn't have so many dogs, it would still be harder. It would still be that hard on me and her. Like every memory we have, he's a part of it. Talking about it sometimes it's still rough, but like it was really rough until the point like where it's just, you know, we got to keep 2 other puppies and we're occupied with them. So like but like my kids still are like out there, they're like, that's where Blue lives. He's in heaven. The Bible does say dogs aren't in heaven, but you know, maybe they're not dogs anymore and they're different spirits. I don't know. I haven't been to heaven yet. I hope I get there. She was up there, age 15. Yeah, that's an amazing life. I like Dobermans. A lot of people like Dobermans. I have a guy right now. He's like, I wanted to get Dobermans, but like a lot of people inbreed them and they're this and that. He's had a lot of Dobermans and now he's buying 2 of my Malinois. So like 4 are already gone. So if anybody actually does want one, like they're not gonna last long. People really want the dogs. And if you don't want one of them, then that's fine too, because someone will get them. Min pins are pretty dang cool. But there's just something wicked special about Mal's. Yeah, I'll never go away from Mal's ever again in my life. Although I probably will also be free one day, probably in about 15 years, because they're all young. So like about 15 years, I probably will have no dogs for a little bit and then take a break for a few years, enjoy my life without a dog, and then when I get older, get another Mal. That's the goal. And I want him as young as possible. Like 8 weeks, give me that dog. Because now he's part of my pack and I'm going to train him. And like some people say working dogs should stay until about 12 weeks. Bro, having 12-week-old Malinois is no joke. it's no joke now. They started walking and they're eating solids. So like they're no joke, but it's tough. And they'll do just fine. They'll do just fine. You are the pack leader and you got to teach them like the rest of the pack does. I lost so many dogs. Me too. I've lost a lot of dogs, man. I said that then I get another. Yeah, I can't live without a dog, bro. I can't live without a dog. Yeah, Rottweilers, German Shepherds have bad hip problems. Like the inbreeding, we talked about this a lot, me and the guy, but like Mals have only recently become very popular. They were a very niche, rare dog for military purposes and bred to certain standards and stuff like that. For a long time, they were not as popular. Now they're because of like the rise of what they can do, people have wanted them. And some people say like, dude, if you're not going to be on this dog and like make it like a daily part of your life, and you just wanted to like lay around and neglect them and not do stuff with the dog, like then you shouldn't have a Mal. And some people get that dog breed and think that. But I think because the explosion of them is you've gotten a lot of variety and less like strict breeding standards, which I think is actually better for the breed, because when you're very strict on breed standards, then you start to have, you know, these like strict guidelines, regulation, and you get not as good of a product. And on top of that is some people have been breeding those other dogs for so long and they're not all like purpose bred, where like a Mal is purpose bred. And dude, I don't care if a dog has papers. I don't care about any of that stuff, especially if you understand like the mother and the father and how it was raised in the beginning. Like being raised with a mom and a dad right there with them. Like a lot of times, you know, like people stud a dog, right? They take the male, they stud it, they get the female pregnant. They don't see the dad again unless someone gets a puppy. They don't see the dad dog. And I've had people be like, "Oh, don't let the male around him. He'll kill them." It's like, bro, this is his second litter. He is so sweet with his own children. It's insane. Even the daughter that we kept, he's super sweet with her. His son wants to lick his face all the time, and he puts him in his place. But like he is super powerful and super sweet with his children. And right now he steals all my kids' toys and brings them and drops them in the litter box. Like, you guys want to toy here? Try this. After he finishes eating his bowl, he's like, "You guys want to lick my bowl?" He picks his bowl up and brings it to the kids. He stands over the litter box and just kisses their faces. He's super sweet with them. And then if they run at him, he gets a little scared. It's funny. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up too, Drewski. I'm about to wrap it up too, man. But it was awesome, and this is why like I miss YouTube, dude. It's nice to have you guys come through. Remember, keep an eye out there for Nomad Remnant. There's already an Instagram for it, but I'm just going to be converting Red Dawn Readiness to Nomad Remnant. And wow, I've had JPaz's The Watchman on there for probably a really long time, it seems. Rip Curl! I hope you're doing well, my brother. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you were in here, man. Thank you. Again, super special guest. Next Friday, his name might rhyme with Pisky Misky. And he'll be on a show with me next Friday, and we're gonna do the thing, man. So like, got some stuff on what I think we're gonna talk about, this alien stuff going on. And probably some other cool tactical things. Okay, but so that channel, Marengo, used to be Red Dawn something. You know, I had Red Dawn Resistance, I had Red Dawn something, and then I changed the names because I had to have some type of channel that I could continue to try to get monetized on. But like, because I didn't want to start from scratch, I never really like spent too much time on them. Even when I made a short, I'd still post it over here, and like I made a video, I'd still post it over here. So a lot of people are probably already subscribed to Nomad Remnant, but I'm going to be changing this channel to Nomad Remnant. That way I can just keep everything. I'll probably put Nomad Remnant 2 or Nomad Remnant 2.0 on that other one. And this will be Nomad Remnant, the main channel. So, yeah, if you guys like the name, put a 1 in the chat, and please hit the like button. Other than that, dude, absolute pleasure and honor kicking it with you guys. Love having the talks about faith, encouraging each other, and you know, keep the oil in your lamp. Cool. Thanks, JPaz. Like it. Good to see you, Drew. JPaz, good to see you. Watchman, everybody. And yeah, we'll do this again. I will see you guys on the next one. And Christ is King, and we're over and out. End the stream. Wow, you can end the stream with a 30-second countdown. That's lame. Let's rock it. Actually, let's rock out with this this was another one of the channel. I think this was that channel that Nomad Remnant is now. So we're gonna play that outro just as good memories of everybody who's rocked and, you know, kept supporting over all this time, and ups and downs and failures and successes. And Carolina Oma Steph, good to see you. Heck yeah. Please hit the like button. If you guys could leave a comment on one thing you thought you enjoyed from the show after I hit the end button, I would greatly appreciate that a lot, and it would help the algorithm, help the channel out. And that's all I ask. If that's all you can do is leave me a comment, it would be much appreciated. And remember, morality is the highest form of intellect. See you on the next one, guys. Over and out.
In the shadows, hear the call. Wolverines gather, standing tall. Resupply the weary fight. Intel whispers guiding light. Restore the spirit, lift your heart. Prepare for battles, play your part. Through the brush we rise as one. Outpost shining, never done. Intel whispers guiding light. Restore the spirit, lift your heart.